Hello, Alabama. This is unexpected and no one expected this. Now Ole Miss is going to freak out over Alabama? Before the news comes, subscribe to the channel to receive more Bama news. The movements in the college football scene continue to surprise, and the Alabama Crimson Tide have once again shown their ability to identify and attract elite talent. Alabama's latest target is Mason Dunn, a four-star defensive back who is currently verbally committed to the Ole Miss Rebels. Oh, now they're going to lose the guy? Bama is coming. Dunn, who attends Tupelo High School in Mississippi, has impressed observers with his impressive physicality, traits that make him a formidable competitor on the field. Alabama's decision to extend an offer to Dunn demonstrates not only the program's confidence in its recruiting power, but also a clear intent to bolster its defense with athletes who possess the physicality and skill necessary to compete at the highest level. Dunn, with his length and ability to compete through the air against taller wide receivers, is the type of player who fits perfectly into the aggressive, physical style of play that Alabama has cultivated over the years. Dunn's commitment to Ole Miss in May is certainly no small hurdle for Alabama to overcome, but the Crimson Tide's offer sends a clear message. They are determined to bring together the best talent available, regardless of the commitments already made. This move is part of a larger strategy that Alabama has implemented over the past few seasons, where the focus is not only on recruiting standout players, but on ensuring that those players are fully aligned with the program's vision and goals. Dunn, with his combination of height, reach and defensive skills, represents a valuable asset for any SEC team. For Alabama, his addition would be particularly strategic given the caliber of wide receivers the Crimson Tide faces on a yearly basis. The ability for a defensive back like Dunn to match the height and wingspan of those receivers would give Alabama a significant advantage, especially in critical deep pass situations. It's also important to note that Alabama, under the leadership of Kalen Sabin, has been relentless in its pursuit of talent that can contribute immediately and elevate the program even further. Sabin's approach to recruiting is both creative and strategic, always seeking not only talented players, but those who can develop and excel in a highly competitive environment like Tuscaloosa. The offer to Dunn is undoubtedly a reflection of that commitment to excellence. While he is still verbally committed to Ole Miss, history shows that words and promises in the college recruiting scene are often fluid, especially when a powerhouse like Alabama enters the fray. With the talent development potential and history of success that Alabama has to offer, Dunn will have to seriously consider what the Crimson Tide has to offer, not only in terms of the opportunity to play for one of the best programs in the country, but also the long-term impact that such a choice could have on his career. This offer also raises interesting questions about the current recruiting dynamics within the SEC. Alabama, historically a powerhouse in the conference, continues to be an attractive destination for top talent, and its ability to attract players committed to other major universities is a testament to the strength of the program. For Ole Miss, keeping Dunn committed will be a challenge, especially with an offer as enticing as Alabama's. So where does he go from here? Who knows? Bama. Why? Bama is Bama. Recruiting is heating up at Bama. The news that the Alabama Crimson Tide has extended an offer to defensive lineman Joseph Mbachu, who is currently committed to the Florida Gators, is not only a strategic move in the complex recruiting game, but also a reflection of Alabama's relentless commitment to ensuring that its defensive line remains among the best in the country. Mbachu, a native of Cameroon who plays for Grayson High School in Loganville, Georgia, is a promising talent who, despite being in his first year of organized football, has already drawn interest from some of the biggest powerhouses in college football. The fact that Mbachu has received offers from programs such as Georgia, Texas, Auburn, and USC, in addition to his initial commitment to Florida, demonstrates the potential that scouts and coaches see in this young athlete. With his combination of size, strength, and athleticism, Mbachu fits the bill for what Alabama is looking for in a defensive lineman, especially considering the team's future needs. Alabama's offer comes at a critical time, with Mbachu having committed to the Gators less than a month ago. This type of aggressive approach is typical of the Crimson Tide, who are always looking for recruits who can not only fill immediate vacancies, but also make a difference on the team. In the case of Mbachu, his rapid progress in just 2 games of his senior season, where he recorded 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss and 1 sack, indicates that he may just be beginning to explore his true potential in college football. For Alabama, adding Mbachu would be a strategic move, especially with the expected turnover on the defensive line after the 2024 season. The Crimson Tide currently has 2 defensive linemen committed in the 2025 class, 3-star defensive tackle London Simmons and defensive end Steve Mbumoa, who comes from JUCO. However, with the constant turnover of players, ensuring depth at the defensive line position is crucial, and Mbachu would be a valuable addition to that group. The competition to secure Mbachu's commitment will be fierce, considering the offers from other top programs. However, Alabama has a long history of developing defensive linemen into NFL-caliber talent, which will certainly be an attractive factor for Mbachu and his family as they consider their options. Not only does Alabama offer an opportunity to play for one of the most prestigious programs in the country, but it also offers an environment where players can develop creatively and with the help of a great coaching staff. Let's see how this story plays out as well. Would you bet on him coming? So subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest on this recruit. Let's keep going. Ryan Williams' college debut was nothing short of spectacular, and the recognition quickly came in the form of SEC Freshman of the Week honors. The young Alabama wide receiver, who is not yet 18, proved that age is just a number with a performance that not only impressed, but set a new standard for freshmen in the conference. Williams, a former 5-star recruit, showed exactly why he was so coveted during his recruitment. In his debut, he turned his first 2 receptions into touchdowns, racking up an impressive 139 yards. Those numbers alone are noteworthy, but what really stood out was the maturity and confidence Williams displayed on the field, something rare for a player his age. After the game, Williams revealed a mindset that will surely serve him well in his Alabama career. "When I was younger, I always played big, so it was never about age," he said. His words reflect a determination not to let his youth be an excuse or a limitation. For Williams, the focus is solely on playing football, and he has proven that he can do that at a high level no matter the circumstances. That mindset, combined with his natural ability, puts Williams in a unique position within the Alabama Crimson Tide. He's not just another talented freshman, he's a player who is already making a difference in big games. The fact that he was able to convert both of his receptions into touchdowns speaks not only to his ability to make big plays, but also to his ability to step up in crucial moments. Williams' performance should be seen as a harbinger of even greater things to come. If he continues to play at this level, there's no doubt that he will be a central piece of Alabama's offense, even in his first year. With a lethal combination of speed, route running ability, and sure hands, Williams has the potential to become a top target on the team, something that is certainly on the radar of opposing coaches. But perhaps the most exciting aspect about Williams is his outlook. He understands that every game is an opportunity to prove himself, and he's determined not to let his youth get in the way. "I try not to use age as an excuse because if I had been dominated out there, I still wouldn't want it to be an excuse," he said. That resilient mindset is exactly what separates the good players from the great ones. Williams' SEC Freshman of the Week selection is more than deserved, and it's an indication that he's just getting started on his journey. With more experience and confidence, it's likely that we'll see even more standout performances. For Alabama, having a talent like Williams emerge so early in his career is a blessing, especially in a season where every game counts. Crimson Tide fans can be excited about the future of Ryan Williams. His explosive debut is a reminder that Alabama continues to be a hotbed of talent, capable of producing players who not only have the potential to excel at the college level, but who also possess the right mindset for long-term success. And as Williams showed in his first appearance, he's more than prepared to accept and overcome any challenge that may come his way. Let's move on. As the saying goes, Bama is Bama, and that comes from recruits who recognize Bama as a powerhouse. And how was the game the other day? Let's get to that now. The opening of the Kalen DeBoer era at the helm of the Alabama Crimson Tide could not have been more impressive. In a game that left little doubt about the future of the program, Alabama completely dominated Western Kentucky, winning by a stunning 63-0. Although the opponent was not on par with the challenges Alabama will face throughout the season, the opener was a clear sign that the Crimson Tide continues to be a dominant force in college football. For many, the big question heading into the season was how DeBoer would fare in his new role, especially in terms of recruiting. After all, he was taking over one of the most successful programs in college football history, where expectations are always sky high. But if there was any doubt about DeBoer's ability to keep Alabama on top, it was quickly dispelled. The team's performance on the field was only part of the equation. Perhaps more significant was the immediate impact he had on the recruits who attended the opener. According to Steve Wiltfong, vice president of On3's online portal, the recruits who visited Tuscaloosa this weekend made it clear that Alabama is still the standard to be followed. Bama is still Bama, they said, noting that despite the changes in leadership, the program remains the top destination for the nation's most promising talent. That statement, coming from young athletes who are being coveted by major universities, is a testament to the culture of excellence that has been built in Tuscaloosa over the years, and one that DeBoer appears poised to continue. Looking ahead, the 2025 recruiting class is already shaping up to be one of the best in the country. According to 247 Sports, Alabama currently has the second best recruiting class for the 2025 cycle, and with the season just getting started, there's still plenty of time to add more talent to the mix. Not only does this reaffirm DeBoer's ability to attract top players, but it also sends a clear message to the entire college football community. Alabama isn't just competing, it's preparing to continue its dominance for years to come. Next week, Alabama remains at home to face South Florida, and even though they're 30.5-point favorites at FanDuel Sportsbook, the Crimson Tide aren't underestimating their opponent. The memory of last year's matchup, where the Bulls put up an unexpected resistance, serves as a reminder that in college football, no game is won in advance. But with the momentum Alabama has built off of its opening win, and with the confidence growing under DeBoer, there's every reason to believe the Crimson Tide will be more than ready for the challenge. What is clear, however, is that the transition of leadership to Kalen DeBoer has been smooth and effective thus far. The program continues to attract top recruits, the team is performing at a high level, and the confidence in the direction of the program remains unshaken. Alabama fans can rest assured that under DeBoer's leadership, the Crimson Tide will continue to be one of the most feared and respected programs in college football. As the season progresses and the challenges become more difficult, the true measure of DeBoer's success will be his ability to maintain that consistency and continue to attract elite talent to Tuscaloosa. But if this debut is any indication of what's to come, the future of the Alabama Crimson Tide appears to be in excellent hands. Bama is still Bama, and it looks like it will remain that way for a long time to come. And you think recruiting is over? No way! And JUCO tight end Ema Ilo is the latest name to hit the radar in Tuscaloosa. With the first convincing win of the Kalen DeBoer era over Western Kentucky, a 63-0 win, the mood around the program is one of pure euphoria. That electrifying atmosphere didn't go unnoticed by Ilo during his first visit to campus last weekend. Is this another one who thinks Bama is Bama? Probably. Ilo, who plays for Mississippi, is a 2025 prospect who is already drawing attention from elite programs. While no official offer was made to him over the weekend, the chatter and impressions suggest Alabama could be preparing to extend that offer soon. Ilo's impressive size, combined with his ability as a tight end, makes him a player any elite program would love to have on their roster. His presence in Tuscaloosa, even without an immediate offer, is a clear indication of the mutual interest between the player and the program. In his conversation with Bama 247, Ilo expressed his excitement about the visit and highlighted the crazy and wild atmosphere he experienced at Bryant-Denny Stadium. He mentioned that he was looking forward to experiencing the energy that surrounds the stadium, and it seems that this experience exceeded his expectations. For a young player, being able to feel that energy up close can be decisive when making a decision about his future. The connection with the environment, the culture of the program and the vision of the coaching staff are all crucial factors that recruits consider, and Alabama seems to have made a strong impression on Ilo. Ilo's potential is undeniable. He has the ideal physical build for a dominant tight end, capable of creating unfavorable matchups against any defense. His development at JUCO has been remarkable, and it's easy to see why Alabama, as well as other programs, would be interested in bringing him on board. However, the fact that the Crimson Tide have yet to extend an official offer could be a strategic move, allowing the program to continue to evaluate his development over time. With the start of the season and the impressive performance of the team under DeBoer, Alabama continues to solidify its position as a top destination for top college football talent. The presence of recruits like Ilo on campus is a good indication that the program is not only interested in maintaining its level of excellence, but in taking it even further. It will be interesting to see how the relationship between Ilo and Alabama develops. If the tight end continues to impress in his JUCO games, it wouldn't be surprising to see an official offer being made by DeBoer and his staff. For Ilo, the decision to join a program with Alabama's tradition and reputation could be a significant step in his career, providing him with the opportunity to develop to the fullest and compete in a competitive sport. If Ilo does end up joining the Crimson Tide, he would be another valuable addition to a team that is already showing it has what it takes to continue competing among the best. Kalen Sabin's debut for the Alabama Crimson Tide was nothing short of spectacular, and his recognition as SEC Defensive Player of the Week is a testament to his immediate impact on Alabama's defense. In the Tide's impressive win over Western Kentucky, Sabin demonstrated why his arrival from Michigan was so anticipated, coming out on top with 2 interceptions and 2 tackles in a performance that certainly caught the attention of fans and college football experts alike. Sabin, a native of New Jersey, made a significant transition when he transferred from Michigan to Alabama after the 2023 season. That move, now clearly justified, allowed him to earn a starting role on the Crimson Tide defense, an impressive feat for a program that historically boasts one of the most competitive and talented defenses in the country. From his first game, Sabin showed that he is more than ready to handle the challenges of the SEC, the most demanding conference in college football. Sabin's impact on Alabama's defense goes beyond the numbers. His 2 interceptions in the opener not only thwarted Western Kentucky's offense, but also set the tone for the Tide defense, which did not give up a single point in the game. These turnovers are critical for any defense, but for a player making his first appearance for Alabama, they signal a potential that can be explored and maximized throughout the season. Sabin's ability to stand out so early in his Alabama career is indicative of his natural talent and adaptability. Moving to a program like Alabama, where expectations are always high and competition for positions is intense, is no easy feat. However, Sabin not only adapted quickly, but he also carved out a prominent role, proving that he is more than capable of contributing significantly to the team's success. Sabin's SEC Defensive Player of the Week recognition is another step in his upward trajectory. With a full season remaining, he will have plenty of opportunities to continue showcasing his skills and solidifying his position as one of the Crimson Tide's top defenders. His ability to read the game, combined with his instinct for making decisive plays, such as the interceptions in the opening game, makes him an essential piece in Alabama's defensive strategy. And Michigan lost this one, but Bama won. Let's move on, Sabin. What do you think? Now I want to hear your comments.